couple cane posts sitting down by the creek. Lines in the water, watching those bobbers, seeing that red sun sink. Mama's on the porch yelling supper's hot, y'all come and get it. We yelled 5 more minutes. At 16 it was 12:03, standing at her front door. And Katie's dad said midnight, but we needed just a little more. Yellow light flipping on and off, interrupting that good night kissing. We wanted 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it and give myself 5 more minutes. 18, turned my helmet in, walked to the 50-yard line. Just the coach and me after we lost 8-10-9. And I cried, man, next time to get in here I'll have to buy a ticket. Can't you give me 5 more minutes? Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it and give myself 5 more minutes. At 86, my grandpa said there's angels in the room. All the family gathered round, knew the time was coming soon. With so much left to say, I prayed, Lord, I ain't finished, just give us 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it. Yeah, sometimes this old life will leave you wishing that you had 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Your little hands wrapped around my finger, and it's so quiet in the world tonight. Your little eyelids flutter 'cause you're dreaming, so I tuck you in, turn on your favorite night light. To you, everything's funny. You got nothing to regret. I'd give all I have, honey, if you could stay like that. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up, don't you ever grow up, just stay this little. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up, don't you ever grow up, it could stay this simple. I won't let nobody hurt you, won't let no one break your heart. No, no one will desert you. Just try to never grow up. And never grow up. You're in the car on the way to the movies and you're mortified your mom's dropping you off. At 14 there's just so much you can't do, and you can't wait to move out someday and call your own shots. But don't make her drop you off around the block. Remember that she's getting older too, and don't lose the way that you dance around in your PJs getting ready for school. Oh darling, don't you ever grow up, don't you ever grow up. Just stay this little. Oh darling, don't you ever grow up, don't you ever grow up. It could stay this simple. And no one's ever burned you, nothing's ever left you scarred. And even though you want to, just try to never grow up. Take pictures in your mind of your childhood room. Memorize what it sounded like when your dad gets home. Remember the footsteps, remember the words said, and all your little brother's favorite songs. I just realized everything I have is someday gonna be gone. So here I am in my new apartment in a big city. They just dropped me off. It's so much colder than I thought it would be, so I tucked myself in and turned my nightlight on. Wish I'd never grown up. I wish I'd never grown up. Oh, I don't wanna grow up. Wish I'd never grown up. Could still be little. Oh, I don't wanna grow up. Wish I'd never grown up. It could still be simple. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. You just stay this little. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. Stay this simple. I won't let nobody hurt you. Won't let no one break your heart. And even though you want to, please try to never go. Oh, 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 oh. Don't you ever go. Just never grow up.
She was staring out the window of that SUV, complaining, saying, I can't wait to turn 18. She said, I'll make my own money and I'll make my own rules. Mama put the car in park out there in front of the school, and she kissed her head and said, I was just like you. You're gonna miss this, you're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this. Before she knows it, she's a brand new bride in her one-bedroom apartment and her daddy stops by. He tells her it's a nice place. She says, it'll do for now. Starts talking about babies and buying a house. Daddy shakes his head and says, baby, just slow down, 'cause you're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this. 5 years later, there's a plumber working on the water heater. Dogs barking, phones ringing, one kid's crying, one kid's screaming, and she keeps apologizing. He says, they don't bother me. I've got 2 babies of my own. One's 36, one's 23. It's hard to believe, but you're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this. You're gonna miss this. Yeah, you're gonna miss this.
I turned on the evening news, saw an old man being interviewed, turning 102 today. They asked him what's the secret to life. He looked up from his old pipe, laughed and said, all I can say is, don't blink. Just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25. Then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have a 50 years as they're in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think, so don't blink. Well, I was glued to my TV when it looked like he looked at me and said, best start putting first things first. 'Cause when your hourglass runs out of sand, you can't flip it over and start again. Take every breath God gives you for what it's worth. Don't blink, just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25. Then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have a 50 years as they're in bed, praying God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think. So don't blink. So I've been trying to slow it down. I've been trying to take it easy. In this here today, gone tomorrow world we're living in. Don't blink. Just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25, then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink. You just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have a 50 years is there in bed, and you're praying God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think. So don't blink. No, don't blink. Don't blink. Life goes faster than you think. So don't blink. Life goes faster than you think. Don't blink. Don't blink. Life goes faster than you think.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Yeah, just gotta keep going. And I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on, 'cause there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle, and sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there,
Yeah. Yeah. Did you talk to Mascot or was you working?
Early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I will be reading a poem, It Couldn't Be Done, by Edgar Albert Guest. Somebody said it couldn't be done, but he, with a chuckle, replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say till he tried. So he buckled right in with a trace of a grin on his face. If he worried, he'd hit it. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Somebody scoffed, "Oh, you'll never do that. At least no one has ever done it." But he took off his coat, and he took off his hat, and the first thing we knew, he begun it. With a lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without doubting or quit it, he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. There are thousands who tell you that it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out you one by one. The dangers wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just start in to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, facility, and most importantly, my fellow students of the class of 2023. Today, we gather here to celebrate a significant milestone in our lives. Graduation is the moment that we have been eagerly awaiting for years, the accumulation of hard work, perseverance, and dedication. Today, we celebrate not only our academic achievements, but also the friendships we've formed, the challenges we've overcome, and the growth we've experienced. We could not have gotten here without the help and support of many people. First, I would like to thank our friends and family for their unwavering support and belief in us throughout our journey. Secondly, I want to express my thanks to coaches, faculty, and staff at the Upper Dauphin for their tireless dedication to our education. And lastly, to my fellow graduates, thank you for making our time here at UDA truly memorable. Tonight, after we receive our diplomas, we will each head our separate ways in search of our own journeys and adventures. As some of us prepare to further our education through college or trade school or the military, others of us will be entering the workforce. No matter what we choose to do, each of us have a unique set of talents to carry with us throughout our lives. Congratulations, class of 2023. Finally, the class has practiced for a formal and dignified ceremony. We ask our family and friends to please hold your applause and any cheering as each senior's name is being announced. Thank you for honoring our class request as the Thank you for honoring our last request as the class of 2023.
Hello everyone, my name is Tyler Murray and I am honored to serve as treasurer for the class of 2023. It is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today. Our guest speaker is a renowned expert in his field with years of experience and a wealth of knowledge to share. He has dedicated his life to making a positive impact on the people around him and has inspired many with his work ethic. Today, he will be sharing his insights with us, and I am confident that we will leave this field with a new perspective on life. Skylar Foltz was born in Sunbury, PA, to Chuck and Brenda Foltz. He was then raised in Gratz alongside his two sisters, Megan and Stephanie. He currently lives in Exeter with his wife, Megan, and one-year-old Yorkie named Riggins. When Skylar is not on the football practice field, you can find him golfing, hunting, or fishing. Skylar is a UDA alumni, class of 2007, and played football and basketball all 4 years. After high school, he went off to McDaniel College in Westminster, Maryland, and majored in psychology while also playing football. He graduated from McDaniel in 2011 and began a successful football coaching career. He started out as an assistant football coach at Susquehanna University and then went to King's College to coach for 2 years before heading to Allegheny College to coach for an additional year. Please welcoming our guest speaker, Skylar Foltz.
Good evening, friends, family, faculty, staff, administration, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2023. It is an honor to have been invited to speak to you today. As you heard, I'm a proud member of the class of 2007. I have some amazing memories and some cherished moments that come from Upper Dauphin, and I'm extremely proud of where I grew up. Let me start this evening with the fact that as a football coach, specifically the person who's responsible for calling the offensive plays, I appreciate the fact that I could stand on a football field today with the stadium packed, everyone around, and not have one person yell to me, just run the damn ball. Yes, folks, my profession is being a collegiate football coach. That is what I'm paid to do, and I love every minute of it. I've been able to take the sport that I love, a game that has taught me so much, and make it into a full-time career. However, I am not going to stand here today and tell you football stories or use sports metaphors for life. I'm here tonight to share with you, the UDA class of 2023, things that I have learned that have allowed me to grow both personally and professionally. Graduates, this is merely a step in your life, a big step, but only one. The memories, accomplishments, and triumphs that you've had are to be celebrated and cherished. But you need to know what awaits you. I'm sure your friends, families, faculty have all shared that the real world awaits you. And it's true. However, it's not a big bad wolf lurking, just waiting for you. The real world, in all actuality, after you get your diplomas today, is one thing and one thing only: infinite possibilities. That is the real world that you are walking into. Some of you will go to college. Some of you will enter the workforce, the military. Some of you are sitting there mad right now that you forgot to eat a snack before you came down here. Does not matter where you are. Let me be the one to tell you, you are just fine. There's so much to learn, so much to experience, and plenty of food to be eaten, but there is no guideline or map going forward. None of this is to be feared. It is all meant to be relished and acted upon. Now, years ago, when I played on this field, I wore jersey number 11. So in honor of the reminiscing I did while I was writing this week, here are 11 things I want to tell you that you should know as you take this next step in your life. Number 1, the 2 most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you figure out why. It's time to start to figure out your why. Some of you might already know it. You already have the conviction to become a doctor, a nurse, a soldier. Maybe one day you want to take over the family business. No matter where you stand right now, challenge yourself and find your true calling. My first year coaching college football, I was 22 years old, fresh out of college. I was paid a $3,000 stipend for a 10-month position. I was forced to work at a Kohl's department store in the home and kids department, selling vacuums and folding children's clothing just to be able to pay my rent. But I tell you right now, I wouldn't trade it for a world. Even though I had to eat peanut butter sandwiches for most meals while I was doing it, I found my calling. I missed out on a lot of fun my friends were having while they had real jobs, but I had found my calling. Now for you, it may take years for you to figure it out. That's okay. Search for it, and you will find it. And when the day comes that you do find it, use every ounce and fiber of your being towards it to make the world better. It is your gift to the world. Share it. Secondly, if you are going to college, the odds are you will change your major. I've seen it firsthand for 13 years in higher education. Students come in, you'll have ones all excited thinking they're going to become engineers, and then they wonder why there aren't any trains. Physics, bio, chemistry, calculus, all in your first semester. It's not for everyone. Don't be discouraged. For those of you going into the workforce, the odds are you'll be on a new job before your friends graduate from college. Don't be discouraged. Don't focus on the changes to your life. Focus on changing you to make a better life. Future you will thank you. Third, learn to like different foods. Trust me, when you're in your 30s, your ability to survive solely on JoJo's Pizza or chicken fingers and fries won't last forever. Learn how to find one thing that you can cook and cook it well. Your body will thank you, you'll never go hungry, and you might impress someone along the way. Fourth, it's okay to fail. There are endless stories, we all know them, of people who have accomplished amazing things in their lives, but only after utter or complete failure. There is no guarantee you will be great, but I guarantee you won't ever be great if you don't dare to try. Fifth, worry less. Someone once had a great quote about worrying. I don't know who it was, but a wise person once told it to me, and by a wise person I mean my wife. Worrying is a down payment on a problem you may never have. Spend less time worrying in life, and your time will be better spent. Sixth, say yes. The power of saying yes will impact you so much. Say yes to traveling, meeting new people, trying a new sport, a hobby, joining a club. The world is bigger than this valley, even though your entire world may still live in this valley. My family means the world to me, but moving away has taught me more than I ever would have learned just by staying here. If you do leave though, and you have a chance to come back, return and make a difference. 7, learn to change a flat tire. If you're sitting on the side of the road, don't live your life relying on someone else to solve your problems. Get down, get your hands dirty, and fix it yourself. 8, now, there is one thing I preach to my football players that I'll share with you today. Everything in life is about your response. The outcomes we want in our life are based on how we respond to events. Bad things will happen. We can't control these events. In a football game, we can't control the weather. We can't control how bad the referees are, and they're always bad. One day, you may lose your job, fail a midterm, get passed over for a promotion. Life is all about how you respond to the events. It is scary and frustrating, but your ability to control your response and focus on how to get better will dictate the outcomes that come. Why waste energy complaining or blaming others when it doesn't make anything better? Use your energy wisely and focus on how you respond. 9, thank your friends and family for being there for you. There will come a time in your life where you will not be able to. You don't know when it's coming, but in the scoreboard of life, there is one thing that always holds true. Time is undefeated. It always wins. Take advantage of the time we've been given. So I'm going to take this time right now to say to my family, thank you for everything. 10, social media isn't real life. Now, I love a good TikTok just as much as the next person, but it is fun, it is useful, but the real world doesn't care about your social interactions, how many YouTube followers you have, or if you had a viral tweet. Stop focusing on what picture to put up. Stop placing your worth on social media. Put your phone down, look up, have real conversations. You don't know what you might be missing. And lastly, most importantly, I'm going to share the single most important thing for you to remember as you move on, not just after high school, but for the rest of your life. If you take anything from my words tonight, you could have blacked out the last 5 minutes. Listen to this last part. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't give in to the little voice of doubt that exists in your mind. When something goes wrong or life doesn't go your way, don't listen. Don't listen to anyone who makes you question yourself or your dreams. Ignore criticism from those who don't matter. They don't know anything, and they surely don't know you. You know who you are. You control what's next in your life. There are few guarantees in life, but one thing I know, with every ounce of my soul and being, no matter what, the sun will come up tomorrow. No matter how bad things might seem, how bad a day goes, every night the clock strikes midnight, the page on the calendar turns, and you've been given a new day. Embrace it. As I finish it tonight, please, graduates, if I can ever help you, don't hesitate to reach out. In the world we live in today, communication is at our fingertips. I'm a deeply loyal person, and I am loyal to anyone who has donned the orange and the black. Find me on Twitter, send me an email. I want to help you, just like so many that have been sitting out here tonight, help me get to where I am today. Class of 2023, you've been through so much in your time. You have the perseverance and grit to accomplish so much, more than anyone here realizes. Go forward from today, chase your calling, Try new things, worry less, and always remember, don't ever give up. Thank you. God bless.
I am sure you can agree that the stories we heard as a child always began with once upon a time and ended with happily ever after. But how many of us remember the details we were told within the chapters? Thankfully, our English teachers took the time to teach us about Plot Mountain every year, so we will never forget there is always more to a story than just the beginning and ending. Tonight, we are nearing the end of one chapter in our lives. What does this mean for each of us as we are handed our diplomas and walk away from these familiar faces and surroundings? For some of us, this is an exciting time, and for others, it may be a scary time. But now, more than ever, it is a time for us to take charge and get serious about the choices we make for our next chapters ahead. At such a pivotal time in our lives, it is important for us to choose a path that will eventually lead to that happily ever after ending. At this time, most people expect us to know what we want to do with our lives, but that's not always the case. Some of us might have definite plans after graduation, but some might not be sure what path they want to pursue. Ultimately, if you thought about your future, that was the first step. The second crucial step is executing on that plan or idea. Up to this point, we depended on guidance from our families, teachers, and peers to reach individual goals. From tonight forward, we need to make our own personal choices and follow a path that will accomplish our personalized future goals. Of course, we are fearful about the new challenges that lie ahead. There will always be that doubt in the back of our minds, are we making the right decision? We need to remember, fear can stop anyone from succeeding, but at this moment in our lives, we can't let fear take over. We need to push past our anxieties and follow through with our goals and dreams. Of course, there will be bumps on our road to happiness, but we can't let that stop us. Our journey so far hasn't been easy, but that is what makes us appreciate this moment tonight even more. The same is true for our future endeavors. We might wonder, what path do I follow for the next chapter ahead? Undoubtedly, we all will follow different paths to complete the chapters of our story. But there should be one common theme in our story: happiness. As we achieve accomplishments, it is important to pursue what makes individual happiness. Of course, there will be lows in our lives where we might not be able to find true happiness in that moment, but digging deep within ourselves to find joy is what matters. If we are able to find happiness at our lowest lows, then just imagine what we can feel during our highest highs. You might ask, how will I be able to find my happiness? Everyone has different opinions on what happiness is to them, but as we find our passions and purpose in life, we will discover what brings the most joy to our lives. It might take us time to figure out what is our true passion, and that is completely fine. Sometimes fear will challenge our thinking, but it should not stop us from doing what makes us happy. If we stay motivated to find what brings us the most joy, then we will find true happiness. At this turning point in our lives, I urge you to follow your passions and purpose in life so you will remain committed to finding your happy ending and success. A thought to remember is that happiness is key to succeeding in life because a positive mindset leads the way for a fulfilling life. My fellow senior classmates, let's use our passions to inspire the next chapters of our story and attain the happy ending we thought of as a kid. Thank you.
I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. You used to rock me in the cradle of your arms. You said you'd hold me till the pains of life were gone. You said you'd comfort me in times like these, and now I need you, and now I need you, and you are gone. So I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Since you've gone and left me, there's been so little beauty, but I know I saw it clearly through your eyes. Now the world outside is such a cold and bitter place. Here inside I have few things that will console. And when I try to hear your voice above the storms of life, then I remember that I was told. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. I think on the things that made me feel so wonderful when I was young. I think on the things that made me laugh, made me dance, made me sing. I think on the things that made me grow into a being full of pride. Think on these things, for they are true. And I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. I thought that you were gone, but now I know you're with me. You are the voice that whispers all I need to hear. I know a please, a thank you, and a smile will take me far. I know that I am you and you are me and we are one. I know that who I am is numbered in each grain of sand. I know that I've been blessed again and over. Yes, I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes.
Good evening, parents, teachers, friends, family, and most importantly, the class of 2023. I appreciate everyone being here. My name is Leah Kemper, and I am honored to be able to speak to you all tonight. Today is a very special day because today is the day that the next chapter of our lives begins. This year has gone by so fast, but now is not the time to think about the past. Now is the time we must look forward and begin taking our next steps in life. All of our journeys will be different, just as they have been up until now. Whether you're having a rough patch or having the best days of your life, the best advice I can give you is to always be kind. Kindness is defined as the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. Showing kindness to others is not only important when we are already in a good place, but is equally as important when we are not having the best day. Showing kindness will make other people's lives better while also improving our own. What I have learned throughout life so far is that a little bit of kindness can go a long way. I've heard people say that nothing in life is free, but I disagree. Simply smiling at someone passing by you on the street or asking a stranger how they're doing could brighten their day and it wouldn't cost you a dime. No matter how small or how big your act of kindness is, it can have a very large impact. The butterfly effect is a good example to showcase how a small act of kindness can go a long way. I believe this to be true because when we are kind to others, it then inspires them to be kind as well. If we all start being a little more kind to the people around us, then we will make our world a more empathetic, compassionate, and caring place, one person at a time. People will be valued for who they are and not for what people see on the surface. This world that we can create will value respect and kindness above all else. I don't know about all of you, but that definitely sounds like the type of world that I want to be living in. While the future may always be uncertain about where we will end up and what choices we have to make, we will always have the choice to be kind. Remember that even the smallest acts of kindness can cause a ripple effect and make major impacts on both us and the world. Thank you.
On behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to welcome our school administrators, faculty, family, and most importantly, our graduating students, the class of 2023. Before I get too far along with speaking to our graduates, I'd like to take a moment and thank our teachers, nurses, janitors, administration, family, everyone who has made this year possible and a success. Graduates, you did it. Congratulations. I'd like to share with you one of my lessons, just one more while we're here. While I was attending college many years ago, there was a rule that was brought to my attention. It was called an 80-20 rule. Yes, one more math problem for you all to learn. The 80-20 rule is applicable regardless of whatever your next step in life is, whether you attend college, attend a trade school, join the workforce, go on to the military, or whatever you choose. The 80-20 rule lesson is this. During your career at Upper Dauphin, 80% of your learning and instruction was performed in the classroom setting with assistance of our talented and great faculty. 20% was your responsibility on your time. However, after tonight, it flips. Tomorrow, 20%, 80% is on you. 20% will be assistance of others. Don't count on that other 20%. In some cases, this is still applicable, and in some cases, whether learning a skill, trade, college, you will have to learn that trade, that skill. You might have some help, but it's going to be on you. Over these last 12 years, the faculty at Upper Dauphin have prepared you and provided you with all the necessary tools to be successful and continue to learn and own that 80%. The question now is, how will you use those tools and manage that 80%? I can guarantee you one thing: if you dedicate and focus yourself on the challenge presented to you and give it your all, you will be fine. You may be successful, you may fail. However, learn from your failures and try again. But most importantly, you gave it your best effort, and you will continue to challenge yourself, you will continue to learn, and you will continue to grow and realize your full potential. Graduating class of 2023, no matter what you choose as your next step in life's journey, I have one last challenge. Bet on yourself, make a plan, own that 80%. As I stated before, our teachers and faculty at Upper Dauphin have provided you the tools to be successful in life and to be lifelong learners. And now it's up to you to make the most of this education. On behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to congratulate you and all and wish you the best of luck going forward. Be proud to be a graduate of Upper Dauphin area. Class of 2023, be the one to make a difference. Please be humble, smile every day, be safe, stay healthy, take pride in what you do, and make us proud. Thank you.
Good evening. I must start tonight's message with an apology to the class of 2023. I know Cale, along with many others, strongly feel like I single-handedly robbed you of your childhood because of a decision I am ultimately responsible for at Upper Dauphin, and that's the virtual snow days. Also, several of you recently reminded me that I briefly taught this class math in 5th grade for a short period of time, so I should also apologize for that. I'm sorry, class of 2023. Now, in years past, my message to the graduates has been related to the events that come after graduation and included words of encouragement for moving forward. I shared ideas of living life by incorporating principles such as hard work, honesty, and integrity. And while I still believe all of those things will bear much fruit in your life, more recently, I look at things through a slightly different light, living in the moment. Many of you are sitting here, maybe sweating, and anxiously wondering when all of these folks will be done speaking. Luckily for you, I will be short, so you can get along with things, perhaps go be with your friends and fellow graduates. But I want you to stop and take a minute and look into the stands and at your teachers. Each Each of those faces looking back at you are here just for you. And for those that couldn't physically be here, they are either watching from home or down from above. Right now, pause and think about moments with them. Make eye contact with them and if you can, and reflect on how they've helped you. They are your biggest fans. Those who tied your shoes, fed you, picked you up when you fell, guided you, supported you, and went out of their way to spend time with you. Now I know that sometimes at 18 years old, parents, grandparents, siblings, and other family members are the last people you want to spend your time with. Tonight after graduation, and even this weekend, I encourage you to take the time to be with them and be present. Put your phones down and listen to them. Don't just hear them, truly listen, because the things they can share, you cannot Google. During this time of celebration, I ask you to be with the ones you love, and for those that you cannot be with, pray to them. For these are the ones you will come back to time and time again. When there is joy and success in your life, you will share it with them. And when there is pain or disappointment, they will be there for you. Much like a small child that has no real concept of past or future, live joyously in the moment. Tonight, enjoy this experience with your loved ones, just as they have enjoyed the little moments with you. This graduation, celebrate your accomplishments. Accomplishments likely not possible if it weren't for the support of many of the people here tonight. Many important decisions about your future have been made recently, or maybe you are still figuring out the details around the workforce, college, or military training. Either way, that can be overwhelming. Relief from that burden is to simply appreciate the sensation of the joy you will feel as you throw your caps in the air and hug a loved one. Squeeze that person as hard as you can, thanking them for all of their guidance the last 18 years. If you want to live an amazing life, a truly abundant, happy life, make it a priority to live more in the present, and just know from this day forward, you may ride your sled or build a snowman whenever your heart desires. No more virtual learning days. You just may not get paid that day, and your employer or college professor may be disappointed. May God bless you and your family. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Good evening. It is the Upper Dauphin Area High School tradition that we have rehearsed for a dignified and formal ceremony to celebrate our accomplishments. It is the request of the members of the senior class, faculty, and administration that the audience remains quiet and holds its applause and cheers until everyone receives their diplomas. At this time, Board President Mr. Price Buffington and Superintendent Mr. Jared Shade, I'm presenting these young women and men as having met the requirements established by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Upper Dauphin Area School District Board of Directors for awarding a high school diploma. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2023.
The Upper Dauphin Area Class of 2023 has practiced for a dignified ceremony. I would like to remind you to please remain quiet during the presentation of diplomas. Thank you. Class President Sean Christian Wenrick. Class Vice President, Cale Christopher Welker. Class Secretary, Sarah Sula Shade. Class Treasurer, Tyler Anthony Murray. Class Historian, Madden Elizabeth Grow. McKenna Jaden Mosser. Peyton Dorothy Huffman. Kylie Christina Dirk. Jasmine Marie Zarker. Mandy Lynn Strohacker. Chloe Crystal Angel Doberman. Alyssa Marie Johns. Jamie Nicole Gosshorn. Trinity Alexis Hope Becker. Tiffany Jasmine Mason Cruz. Katie Elizabeth Faust. Stephanie Tatum Goodling. Asher Waite. Kylie Marie Kirby. Brogan Ray Bopp. Jordan Michael Zerby. Christopher James Gonzalez, Jr. Nathaniel Allen Robert Baker. Brady Stephen Morgan. Anthony Obed Fernandez Rivera. Asa Watson Gassaway. Christopher Gary Hawk. Cameron James Klinger. Marcus Zachary Tapper. Lindsay Marie Harner. Ryan Eileen Wirtz. Faith Elizabeth Anderson. Ella Sage Bellis-Williard. Jennifer Sue Weaver. Charlene Marie Browning. Randy Cheyenne Weist. Faith Louise Wright. Lindsay Marie Bordner. Taylor Elizabeth Whitmer. Madison Maria Smar. Brianna Lynn Oberhausen. Noah Christopher Smith. Edwin Carrasco Ruiz. Lexton Robert Schreffler. Connor Freeman Walker. Gordon Michael Shoup. Matthew Everett Burgett. Brian Alexander Marino. Terrence Edward Lubold. Joshua Ali Maxim Lesher. Ryan Charles Klein. Wyatt James Enders. Alexander Dennis Hepler. Brianna Michelle Washington. Tegan Lee Ayers. Avery Leah Snyder. Madison Nicole Thornwald. Kara Emily Rupp. Sadie Mae Sittlinger. Samantha Jordan McGee. Madison Lynn Mortensen. Chloe Sharon Cope. Leah Kirsten Kemper. Sarah Catherine Elaine Smeltz. Gracie Mae Basti. Kyra Grace Tomlinson. Gabriel Joshua Gessner. Jeremy Daniel Troutman. Isaac Jack Hepler. Griffin Todd Harmon. Landon Taylor Mace. Roy Michael Henry Jr. Zachary Joseph Bent. Remington Lamar Schlegel. Peyton Travis Wenzel. Shock Taylor Bopp. Michael Maximilian Nestor. Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you, the graduated class of 2023.
As our graduation ceremony comes to an end, I would just like to take a minute and say, on behalf of the class of 2023, thank you to the administrators, teachers, coaches, and families for getting us to where we are today. None of this would have been possible without your love, support, and motivation. Our class has given many teachers and principals a run for their money. I vividly remember a class meeting we had in the 4th grade right before coming up to the middle school. We were taken to the middle school auditorium, and Mr. Shade met us there with a mean look on his face to tell us that we needed to be good kids or there'll be consequences in the middle school. Let me tell you something. I was scared that day. Our class has been through a lot together, and after this day, you may never talk or see some of your classmates again. So take it all in now while you still can. 13 short years ago, we all started kindergarten, then middle school, then high school, and now, in a blink of an eye, we are all sitting here in our caps and gowns, ready to graduate, ready to walk out those doors and continue on with our lives. Some of us will be off to college, some off to trade schools, some off to the workforce, and some off to serve our country. Regardless of wherever life takes you, don't ever forget where your journey all started, here at Upper Dauphin. Within these walls, you've created friendships and memories that will last a lifetime. We've all grown and changed over the years. Take everything you've learned here and use it for good. Thank you.
Couple cane poles sitting down by the creek. Lines in the water, watching those bombers, seeing that red sun sink. Mama's on the porch yelling supper's hot. Y'all come and get it. We yelled 5 more minutes. At 16 it was 12:03, standing at her front door. Katie's dad said midnight, but we needed just a little more. Yellow light flipping on and off, interrupting that good night kissing. We wanted 5 more minutes. Time goes by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying. Turned my helmet in, walked to the 50-yard line. Just the coach and me after we lost 8-10-9. And I cried, man, next time to get in here, I'll have to buy a ticket. Can't you give me 5 more minutes? Time goes by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit and give myself 5 more minutes. Grandpa said there's angels in the room. All the family gathered round, knew the time was coming soon. With so much left to say, I prayed, Lord, I ain't finished, just give us 5 more minutes. Time goes by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good Couple cane poles sitting down by the creek. Lines in the water, watching those bobbers, seeing that red sun sink. Mama's on the porch yelling supper's hot. Y'all come and get it. We yelled 5 more minutes. At 16 it was 12:03, standing at her front door. Katie's dad said midnight, but we needed just a little more. Yellow light flipping on and off, interrupting that good night kissing. We wanted 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit and give myself 5 more minutes. 18, turned my helmet in, walked to the 50-yard line. Just the coach and me after we lost 8-10 to 9. And I cried, man, next time to get in here, I'll have to buy a ticket. Can't you give me 5 more minutes? Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit and give myself 5 more minutes. In 86, my grandpa said there's angels in the room. All the family gathered round, knew the time was coming soon. With so much left to say, I prayed, Lord, I ain't finished, just give us 5 more